Hello everyone, how you doing? I hope you all in a good condition. Okay, today in this video, I will invite you guys to discuss a very interesting topic. The topic is about the bilingualism. Alright, so let's start it. What is bilingualism? Bilingualism is the ability to speak two languages, which means individuals who actively use more than one language. Bilingualism arises in many different ways. Some individuals are exposed to two languages from birth and continue to use both languages throughout their lives. Early bilinguals may live in a bilingual environment where they are the majority language users, or in a context in which only one of the two languages is used by most speakers. Other bilinguals acquire the second language only after early childhood, once the native language has been firmly established. Like early bilinguals, these late bilinguals may live in a range of different environments in which most individuals become bilingual or in which only some become bilingual. It is generally believed that more than half of the world's population is bilingual. In each of the USA and Canada, approximately 20% of the population speaks a language at home other than English. In Europe, bilingualism is even more prevalent. In a recent survey, 56% of the population across all European Union countries reported being functionally bilingual, with some countries recording particularly high rates, such as Luxembourg at 99%. Not only abroad, in our country, Indonesia is also a country where the average population is bilingual. Based on a research report from SWIFT in 2015, Indonesia is the third position of bilingual country. Bilingualism has always been a topic of great interest to be researched. What is the difference between a bilingual and a monolingual people? How do bilingual people think? Is bilingualism beneficial or detrimental? The part that plays a major role in language lies in the left hemisphere. This hemisphere has areas that hold certain behaviors. In other words, the function of language is lateralized. Neurologists Paul Broca and Karl Wernicke have clinically proven the dominance of this hemisphere so that it is known as Broca's area and Wernicke's area. Broca's area is located in the superior frontal gyrus, which plays a role in the process of spoken and written language, as well as speaking skills, while Wernicke's area is located in the superior temporal gyrus, which plays a role in understanding the content of speech. These two areas are both located in the frontal lobe of the cerebral cortex and are side by side connected by a single nerve pathway called facialis arcuata. Damage to these two areas is called aphasia. Aphasia is a language disorder due to damage to parts of the brain, both in Broca's area, or speech disorder, and Wernicke's area, or understanding disorder. After knowing the part of the brain that plays a role in the language process, how is the language process itself? The language process has several stages consisting of the speech induction process, the reading aloud process, and the speech understanding process. The speech production process takes place in a Wernicke's area and is then sent to Broca's area to convert messages into meaningful symbol pairs. Furthermore, in the reading aloud stage, the visual cortex is received in a written form and then transmitted through a glucan gyre to Wernicke's area and is associated with an auditory image. In the process of understanding speech, it is marked by receiving a signal in the auditory cortex from the ear, which is then transmitted across Wernicke's area to be translated. Recent neuroimaging research also states that information about language is divided into two parts called the dual stream model. This model explains that the information we get is sent down the dorsal pathway in both halves of the hemisphere. Furthermore, the ventral flows passes information along the hemisphere and identifies and understands the meaning of the content of speech. In summary, in the ventral flow, there is a process of hearing, identifying, visualizing in the mind. What about the theory that language learning is most effective as a child? According to this theory, it is easier for children to learn language because their brains are undergoing a large development of brain plasticity so that children can use the right and left brains in learning language. Meanwhile, the language process in adults tend to use the left brain only. However, recent research has shown that language learning adults tend to show less emotional bias with a more rational approach when it comes to problems learning a second language. This proves that learning a new language as an adult is still very effective to do. There is a lot of debate between researchers whether bilingualism provides benefits or even causes detrimental to persons' cognitive, especially in language skills. There are some who think that bilingualism can hinder a person's language development, and there are those who think the opposite. However, many research that has conducted lately have the same results as to the benefits of bilingualism. Regardless of learning a language as a child or as an adult, being bilingual has several benefits. Judging by neuroimaging, bilingual brains have a greater density of brain cells that are associated with the storage process for most neurons and synapses. The amount of activity that occurs in certain parts of the brain when using a second language also has an impact of lateralization function that runs optimally. A study at Lund University also found that bilinguals have a larger hippocampus and a developing cerebral cortex. This has an impact on the ease in processing and storing new information by bilinguals. Not only that, being bilingual can also prevent memory-related diseases such as Alzheimer's and dementia. In addition, bilingualism has many benefits in communication. We know that communication is very important in the modern world for cultural understanding. As children grow and mature, they learn how to interacting with different types of people is a huge social advantage. Bilingual people have great potential for social skills, with an increased sense of empathy, both of which are used in their personal relationships and even in their future careers. Greater language skills will provide children with greater social understanding, skills, and increased adaptability. Interesting, right? From here, we learn facts about bilingualism. Of course, as Indonesian people who have various ethnicities, cultures, races, religions, and other differences, there must be some of us who are also bilingual. Therefore, this discussion is expected to increase our knowledge and insight about bilingualism. That's all of my explanation. Never stop to learn new language, and thank you very much.